The Smash roster is one of my favourite parts of the entire Smash series, with the inclusions of new fighters every installment. Never knowing who's going to make it into Smash 6, some fighters don't make it in, either being deconfirmed from Mii costumes, assist trophies, or other fighters from a third-party developer taking the spot, as well as a few other reasons. Welcome to A New Foes Appear, where we talk about ideas for fighters that could possibly happen in Smash 6, if not the future. I'm your host BB8 from BB8's House. As always, let's get into it. Up next. That's right, Shantae from the Shantae franchise is who we're going to talk about today. I've wanted to talk about Shantae since like in 2020, but unfortunately, Shantae lost the vote to Shovel Knight. But as I am on the road to the 90th episode of A New Foes Appeared, I'm giving foes who might have lost the vote previously a second chance. And Shantae, being one of them, is a prime example. And without further ado, let's get into Shantae, shall we? So for her moveset, her neutral B would be Spitfire. Shantae uses her enhanced Fireball spell as her neutral special. Shantae thrusts her palms forward and releases 3 medium speed travelling balls, or fire forward in 3 directions: diagonally, upward, or straight, and diagonally downwards. The fireballs don't deal incredible damage, but they travel quite far, about as far as Fox's blaster, and deal a little more damage than Mario's fireball. You can also deal extra damage if you are close enough to an opponent where all 3 fireballs hit them instead of spreading out. Used on the ground, it isn't as effective because the bottom fireball will hit the ground and disappear, but in the air you can get a pretty good spread of the fireballs. The side special being Monkey Bullet. Shantae transforms into her monkey transformation and leaps forward and upward into the air, similar to Diddy Kong's side special animation. After doing this, she will begin to spin in front, flip rapidly as she glows with blue magical energy. Once she begins to spin, you can input any direction and Shantae will blast in that direction with great force. This attack deals great damage and knockback, and even can be used as a slight recovery. Shantae can still be hurt though in this form during the special, and her defenses as the monkey are decreased slightly while the monkey form, so watch out. Her up special being Harpy Flight, as Shantae transforms into her harpy form and takes to the sky. Shantae's harpy form works similar to Villager's recovery, where the more rapidly you press B, the more Shantae will flap her wings and gain more and more height. The flight recovery doesn't deal any damage, but Shantae does have an attack she can use to cancel out this recovery. If you press the attack button A while in harpy form, Shantae delivers a powerful forward slashing attack with both talons. The talon strike has some startup lag but deals incredible damage if pulled off and delivers downward knockback. Using her talon attack cancels out the recovery and leaves Shantae in a helpless falling state while still transformed into a harpy. With her down special being Storm Puff, Shantae lifts her hands skyward as she uses the spell to summon a little storm cloud that floats slowly above her head, wherever she is when down B is used. The storm cloud will hover wherever it is summoned and release a small but powerful bolts of electrical lightning strikes. These lightning strikes will release diagonally from the left, right, and lastly in the middle. The lightning attacks deal less damage than Pikachu's down special, but do slightly paralyze opponents, similar to Robin's thunder attack. The lightning bolts reach all the way to the ground unless used in the air, at which the lightning bolt travels about as far as the peak of Piranha Plant's down special. Shantae can only use one Storm Puff at a time, with a short cooldown between every cloud. While the storm cloud is floating around, Shantae can attack it with any attack to send it forward a short distance. And for the final smash being Risky's Revenge, Shantae takes out her pirate sword and while giving a hilariously bad pirate impression, yells "Yarg!" Time to walk the plank as she rushes forward, slicing the sword, and once Shantae makes contact with opponents, they are paralyzed in place as they are transported to a cinematic where the captured opponents are transported to the planks of Scuttletown. And as Shantae jumps in front of them and smiles as she holds up her pirate sword. Suddenly, in the distance, Shantae's rival, Risky Boots' pirate ship emerges. The camera zooms into Risky as she smirks and the point at the opponents and Shantae while saying open fire. A barrage of cannon fire fires at the opponents and Shantae, as we'll see Shantae with a shocked face transform into a harpy form and soar away. The opponents take all of the open fire and are transported back to the battlefield, where they are delivered damage and knockback. And Shantae flies back to her starting spot and transforms back as the final smash ends. For the alts and the Kirby Hat, Shantae in Smash Bros would end up taking her design from Shantae Half Genie Hero. But the only difference is her design being turned into a 3D model. I wonder how Shantae will work in 3D. I'm just curious. Like, the renders I've seen, like the fan-made renders I've seen for Shantae, like, I wasn't a fan of any of them. Because some of them I've seen were not really accurate to her design in the games. So, I picked out her design from, like, Half Genie Hero. Because I like her design from Half Genie Hero the best, personally. So, that's why I picked it out. So, her standard outfit would be Half Genie Hero, being the blue outfit, being Backer Blue, Brains being her green outfit, being inspired by Rotty Tops, the Warbird Trainer being yellow outfit, being Sky inspired, the Pirate Business being inspired by Risky Boots, the Doppelganger Twist being a Nega Shantae inspired outfit, Nap Time being pajamas, and the best beach in town being the swimsuit outfit. For the Kirby Hat, Kirby gets a copy of Shantae's hair alongside the Spitfire copy ability. For the classic mode, I chose Scuttle Town Rhythm, referring to her role as the guardian of Scuttle Town. Shantae's classic mode has her face off opponents who are known to have music as a big part of their series, or have had music-centered games in their series. So round 1 being Mario, who's had DDR and Mario Paint, Young Link and Toon Link with the Ocarina and the Wind Waker Baton. Round 3 being Jigglypuff, music and singing. Round 4, Villager, Isabelle, and a KK Slider Me. Round 5 being Giant Donkey Kong with the Donkey Konga. Round 6 being 7 Inklings, 3 on your side, 4 against. With Callie and Marie being the only available assist trophy as a reference to Splatfest concerts. And for the boss fight being Master Hand and Crazy Hand. For the Amiibo, her Smash render, she would have one of her arms raised in the air with the Spitfire ability in the palm that's raised, similar to her pose from Shantae Half Genie Hero. As you can see on the right, she would have the support on her feet, similar to other Amiibos like Pichu. The games compatible with this would be Super Smash Bros, where you can tap Shantae in as a fighter you can train. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, recently announced in a Nintendo Direct to be called Tears of the Kingdom, where you tap Shantae in to summon a monkey Shantae companion as a crossover item, similar to how we've had Rex's armor in the original Breath of the Wild. And for Shantae 6, this game does not exist yet, but if it was to exist, I would love to see Amiibo support in it. Even though we rarely see Amiibo support in third-party games, we have seen it with Shovel Knight before, as well as Mega Man. What's the next franchise they could do with it? Probably Shantae. But the only bummer with this, though, is only the Switch version of the game would have the Amiibo support, though. Which, if you tap it in, you could unlock a secret level. And this Amiibo would also be compatible with other games as well. So the victory theme, poses, and the Punch-Out title. The victory theme is stage clear from Shantae Half Genie Hero. The defeat pose would be Shantae clapping for the winner rhythmically as she sways her hips back and forth to the claps. The victory pose, number 1, being Shantae slowly floats upwards and spins rapidly before posing in a similar style to her box art pose from the first Shantae game. Victory pose 2 is where Shantae leaps onto the stage in her monkey form and transforms into her human form, and then spins around and poses with her hands in the air. Victory pose 3, Shantae performs a victory belly dance and then ends with a playful pose, exactly like her level clear pose from Half Genie Hero. And the Punch-Out title would be Half Genie Hero. The stage would be Scuttletown from the original Shantae game that released in 2002. Scuttletown, briefly known as Ammo Town in Risky's Revenge and the Pirate's Curse, is a fishing port town, and Shantae is the guardian genie, actually only a half genie of the town, and is responsible for its protection. The town is run by Mayor Scuttlebutt. Mimic lives here when he isn't out adventuring. He is first seen when his workshop is destroyed, and then hangs out on the dock during the course of Shantae. By the time of Risky's Revenge, he owns a new workshop. It is also home to Shantae's friends and Bolo as of Risky's Revenge. And Scuttletown has an Arabian architectural style. But in Smash Bros, this stage may contain breakable objects. Her music wouldn't just be from the original Shantae, but she would also have music from Risky's Revenge, Pirate's Curse, Half Genie Hero, and the Seven Sirens. For her spirits, the spirits was a bit of a difficult one here, so I just picked out a whole bunch of Shantae's forms from the games and went ahead and used them as spirits as well. So, of course, we have Shantae as the fighter spirit, with the monkey form, the elephant form, the spider form, the harpy form, the mermaid form, the crab form, the bat form, the dryad form, and the blobfish form, alongside Risky Boots, Giga Mermaid, Rotty Tops, Bolo, and Sky. And now, for the moment we've been waiting for, the reveal trailer. Any reveal trailer I do has to take me a long time to write. The reveal trailer starts in Treasure Trove Cove from Banjo-Kazooie. It then shows Kirby, Mario, and Banjo and Kazooie at the exact place where you spawn in Treasure Trove Cove in the game. As Kirby, Banjo and Kazooie, and Mario all have shape-shifting capabilities in their games, that is why I chose them three for this trailer. And before I ask, Mario does have shape-shifting capabilities in Super Mario Odyssey. That's probably why I made the reference in here. The three have a race to grab a Jiggy at the top of a lighthouse. The trio prepared themselves as Kirby obtains his Tornado ability. Banjo and Kazooie transform into a T-Rex as Mumbo Jumbo is behind them, but he isn't actually taking part. And Mario goes through his pocket in his overalls and prepares to consume the superstar. As the three head off, Kirby uses his Tornado ability to take down Banjo and Kazooie, but due to them being in their dinosaur form, they would be too heavy to be taken out. He also tried to take out Mario as well, but he had the superstar consumed. And as Kirby gets knocked out by Mario with his superstar ability, Mario then uses Cappy to capture Banjo and Kazooie in their dinosaur form. Then Mario left the dinosaur once he got to the right area. But then it shows a close-up of a palm tree. And then a monkey pops out of it. As the monkey sees the trio racing for the Jiggy, the monkey climbs its way up to the lighthouse. And as Mario is about to reach the Jiggy, he grabs the Jiggy and tries to run back to the start with it. But what he didn't know is that a monkey would snatch the Jiggy off him and goes back to the starting line with it. As Kirby walks back tired and Banjo and Kazooie left dizzy after Mario captured them, and Mario looked pretty angry and was about to pull out his fire flower, but what he didn't know was that the monkey transformed into her normal self and used Spitfire to smash him off the screen. And as Kirby and Banjo and Kazooie recovered from their conditions, they fought this genie but weren't performing well. She finished off Kirby with the monkey bullet and finally finishes off Banjo and Kazooie with her final smash, Risky's Revenge. The genie says in her voice from Shantae and the Seven Sirens, "I'm finally in." So this is what they call Smash. I don't understand it yet, but I'm proud I'm a part of it. And then she uses her Harpy Flight ability, and as she does, she transforms back to her normal self, whilst in mid-air, she uses her Spitfire from her left hand and raises it and forms her pose like in the box art for Shantae Half Genie Hero. And the screen splashes. Shantae shakes up a wish. It then shows gameplay, and after the gameplay, it then shows King K. Rool in a pirate costume similar to Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy Kong's Quest. And Shantae then uses Risky Revenge one last time, but the screen fades white before she could even finish the attack, and then it splashes Super Smash Bros. Times Shantae. So guys, what did you think of Shantae's moveset? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss another video like this one. I still need to play a bit of Shantae myself, but I really enjoyed doing this. So I will see you all in a future New Foes Appeared video. BB8 out.